Hello, this is Jennifer McGuire, and today I have another product release close-up video where I take a new product release that I really like and show you all the products and ideas for using it. It may help you decide if any of the products are right for you. This is the new Essential Lines by Ellen from Ellen Hudson, and these products were designed by my good friend Julie Ebersol, and I'm so proud of her. Now in this video I'm going to show you a close look at all of the products and also how to do this quick card, which you see here. It's super fun and it uses her products. So let's go ahead and talk about the products. Here is how they come. They come packaged in a storage pocket, so you don't have to switch over to the storage pockets that I've been using. These are the same size as the Avriel storage pockets or stamp pockets that I use, and I've showed many times. I'll link to a video here. Now they're the same size, but they are thicker. But they work great with the others. So I love that it comes in a pocket that you can just keep it in. And the dies come in it too with a big piece of magnetic paper in the back so that the dies don't kind of fall to the bottom. They stay nice in front so you can see them. This is fantastic that they come this way. It really impresses me that they thought to do this. So we don't have to go through the time to unpackage them and put them in pockets. So let's go ahead and jump in with the products. The first is Brushstroke Christmas. If you've watched my videos, you know I'm a big fan of sentiments like this that are large and handwritten. You could stamp this with a light ink and trace over it with watercolor or maybe Copic markers to make it look like you did it yourself. I love cheating that way. Also, it'd be great for just a simple heat embossed image. I'm thinking of, for a holiday card, doing a family photo with a piece of vellum over it and then just gold heat emboss this on the vellum. Keep it really simple and it'd be really striking. I did use it on this card that I'm going to show you later in this video. You can see here I use the sentiment and some of the stars from the set. I love the little doodads in the set too. And it's got so much interest to it that you really don't have to do much else to the card. So stamp sets like this are great because they can save a lot of time. Next is the Merry and Bright set. That large circle kind of thingy on the bottom there I used on this card also, and I'll show you how I got the different sizes from it a little bit later in this video. This set has lots of great small images that work well with other products in the line. So like these sentiments, like wishing you a very merry, you'll see in a few minutes that they have these great handwritten like Christmas dies, so you can team up these stamps with the dies. I also love this string on the side and that there's like this little Christmas light bulb at the top that you can kind of string on it, and you could curve that string to go on a card. You can also hang the bells from it. So much fun. Next are the Merry and Bright dies. I love these. It's got Christmas wishes, happy, be, merry, bright, and an ampersand all in here. And they're all in Julie's handwriting, which is fantastic. Lots of thin, nice detail. I used it for the Christmas on this card, which I'll link to the video that shares this card here. Now these are great because they can really go on top of any card and give a nice finished handmade feel to it. I covered that one with some gold sparkle embossing powder. I like that these packages come with the magnetic piece so they don't kind of flop around in these pockets. Now there are 3 brushstroke dies, Joy, Peace, and Love. And as I mentioned before, I just think this kind of handwritten look is so much fun, and they match great with the stamp sentiment that I showed you. So you can use some of the images from there and mix them with the die cut pieces. These would also be fun to use like maybe a mix of some different embossing powders together, or just keep a card simple with gold embossing powder. Here are 2 more. We have the prize tag and then the wreath. I love this little reindeer head. I think it'd be fun to like maybe die cut them from gold and put it like on a simple red card, something kind of classy, or it'd be fun to make them playful and put googly eyes on them and maybe have a string of lights from that other stamp set I showed you kind of going across his little antlers. So there's lots of fun things that you can do with this, and I like that you can take it either direction, either elegant or playful. The wreath here, you could use these together, or I think it'd be fun to die cut this wreath a few times and layer it up and make a perfectly round wreath. A lot of things that you can do with that. Oh, I love autumn stamp sets. This one's great because you can use this Dinner Was Delicious with the plates there at the top. I mean, you could use that throughout the year. I like these acorns and leaves also because they are very simple designs that would be perfect for maybe Copic coloring, getting some practice with that, or doing watercolor. Another bonus with the stamp set is you can stamp the solid image and the outline on top of it, so you could get great two-tone stamping. It makes the coloring very simple and easy to do. This next die is super fun. It die cuts the words treat yourself, which I think is so fun and playful. It'd be great on this tear die that I'm going to show you at the end of this video, or to hang on a simple tag for any gift that you give. I love things that kind of are all-inclusive, and all you need is this die and you're good to go. Next is the Home and Hearth Die Set. Oh my goodness, I love this set. I used it on the card that you see here on the right, and I'll link to the video again. I like I like the homes and the trees, but my favorite part are the stars and these little hearts. They're absolutely perfect. They're fun and quirky and will work on cards all the time. These will be a die set that I'll keep out and use often. Another great thing about this die set is there is a stamp set that goes along with it. So you could do a scene where you stamp some houses and you die cut some other houses. You can layer it up. A lot of things that you can team these up together. And check out all those fun little stars and hearts. Those will be perfect to stamp on a variety of cards. I like to scatter little images, and these are the perfect stars and hearts. I also really like that the sentiment in here. The font of that is just so fun. And the From Our Home to Yours goes with the stamps and the dies. I love stamping and I love die cutting, and anytime I get a set of each that can be used together or separately, I'm a big fan. Okay, the next set here is just super playful. Lots of simple images with playful greetings that you can make a simple card or you can make a simple tag. I just think it's fun. I love the little bundle of lights at the top with the sentiment that says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Just something fun and kind of like just a playful card that you can send around at holiday times to friends. Now there is another stamp set that kind of has the same feel. It's the 12 days. This has all the 12 days of Christmas. You can see the 4 calling birds, the 3 French hens. And you could use these for holiday cards, or you can cut the little number off and use the individual images just for all year round. For example, I love this little number 4 down here, the bird with the telephone. I think that guy is so fun, and you could just do like, I miss you, or I want to talk to you sentiment underneath it all year round. Another thing that I think would be fun is the 2 little birds in the bottom center, to stamp them with carrying this little bundle of lights in their beaks. I thought that'd be kind of fun to do too. So you can combine a lot of these stamp sets. That's the nice thing about her stamps, is they all have the same feel, so they can be used together very easily. Next is the Christmas Scribbles set. This is a great set because you can either keep it simple or you can build a scene with it. So you could stamp the pine with the ornaments hanging from it. You could stamp the tree with the presents in front of that. They all have this fun scribble feel to it. Or you could keep it simple and just like gold heat emboss this tree on vellum and put it on a white card. I really like stamp sets that give you the option of going more elaborate or simple. And these also team up with all the other stamps very well. The next stamp set is my favorite from the whole release. It's the Polka Dots. Now this could be used for the holidays or all year round, and this is what I consider like a supportive stamp set because it works with other stamp sets so well. For example, say you have a stamp set like this one with lots of small images, you could stamp this large scribble circle around it to kind of frame it and add some interest. I just love having that option. You could also just randomly stamp all of these circles in different inks and create a fun background and just stamp a simple sentiment. Or you can take the time to kind of create a pattern with overlapping circles. These will work well with a variety of style of stamps, and I really like especially that tiny little dot down there. I think that's even fantastic to have because you can kind of control where some of the dots go. Lots of fun and playful things you can do with this set. I will be using this one often. Okay, now to the zipper panel set. Now this is a fantastic die set, and I'm going to use it here in a moment. It has some great words in it: enjoy, celebrate, and congrats. I'm not going to actually use those on this card, but I am going to use that zipper panel frame that you see. Now Julie did a video on this the other day, and I'm just doing what she did because she created this, and so I'm just kind of demonstrating it on another card example, and I'm going to walk you through it. So I'm just going to take the frame out of the packaging. There are little connections between the words and the frame, and I just cut those with some wire cutters. I'll link to the wire cutters that I use in the description below. They're just jewelry wire cutters, very inexpensive. And I'm just going to cut these apart. I'm not going to actually cut the words apart because I'm only going to use the frame on this card. And then I can tuck it back into that magnetic sheet in the packaging. Now I already cut my white paper to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so the die would actually cut that for you if you wanted to, but I'm just lining it up so I can get that zipper panel in the inside. Now this works with any die cut machine you may have. I'm using it with my Big Shot, and there you can see the zipper panel piece is cut for you. Now to create this, you actually need to cut 2 zipper panels. You need one full one and then one that's actually just the inside portion, but you can just cut it from white cardstock and we'll trim it down in a moment. So I'm cutting my second here, and I'm going to take that second one and cut all the extra away from around it. So you're going to cut just inside of the perforated line. You could use scissors for this, or a trimmer, or a craft knife. I think the trimmer is very easy to do. On the top, you're going to cut across the score line, and then on the other sides, you cut right inside the perforated line. I didn't cut far enough in there, so I'm going to trim a little more off. And here, don't worry about that little knobby there. You just cut inside the perforated line. And there you have it. This is a support piece that we're actually going to glue to the inside of the card. So I have my panel here. You want to keep that perforated. You don't want to unperforate it because the recipient will do that. Now it's time to do the stamping. So we'll save that extra support piece for a little bit later. I'm going to use this like starburst image. I'm just going to stamp it with some of my favorite inks. I've got Soft Pool here from Hero Arts, and I'll stamp it onto this white card. And by the way, this white card is Neenah white cardstock, but you could use any cardstock for this. Now I wanted to have 2 more little bursts that were smaller, so I'm creating a mask. I just punched a circle that's smaller than the stamp. I'm going to ink it up with Green Hills ink here and stamp that over the mask. I'm going to kind of try to center it up. But this will mask off the tips of our little burst here so that we end up with the smaller image, but I'm using the exact same stamp. I love finding ways to kind of stretch a stamp to get more out of it. Now for the last one, I'm going to punch an even smaller circle so I can mask off a smaller little burst. I'm using some soft granite ink from Hero Arts here, but I didn't clean my stamp, so it ends up being a greenish gray here, kind of an olive color, but I think it's okay. I think it works. Now I went ahead and stamped that merry and bright sentiment that I showed you earlier in the video and heat embossed it with liquid platinum embossing powder from Reindeer. I love that. And I also heat embossed some stars on there. I'm skipping these steps because they're pretty easy and I wanted to keep this video shorter and just about the product. Okay, so now I have my support piece here. This is the piece that we cut before. I'm going to put lots of super strong adhesive on this and put it on the back, lining it up right in the center of that perforation just to give it some support. And this also makes that center panel kind of pop out so it'll be easy to grab, hold, and pull it open. I use the Tombow Extreme adhesive because it is super strong. Now you're going to want to put some super strong adhesive around the edge of the zipper panel too so that this doesn't come up when they try to rip it open. And so I put that extreme adhesive again. Now on the inside panel, this is just a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece where I stamped one of Julie's sentiments and I wrote a greeting in there. I'm going to actually put a gift card in here, so I'm just letting that gift card kind of float in there. And now I'm going to put this piece around it. So the adhesive's just around the edges only. So that when somebody tears this open, that little card will be floating in there along with my stamped sentiment and my little written greeting. So there you have the little card, and you can see how, because we put that support piece in there, that the little kind of knob there, where I don't know what you would call that, that little nook that's created, that half circle, kind of pops up so the person can reach in and pull it open. I'm going to add some finishing touches here, just some sequins and some gemstones using super strong multi-matte adhesive from Reindeer. And I just dip it into the adhesive and add it to the card. So this is a great design. The zipper panel is a great design to kind of have something different than a card that just opens normally. And there's many things you can do with it. I did trim my white piece to be a little bit smaller so you could see that blue trim around the edge, or you could leave it a full card size. Here I'm adding some Hero Arts gemstones to the center of my sequins. So there's the finished card. This is how you would mail it to the recipient. Now I wanted to show you how it opens. You just pull it open here. Now I can't send this to somebody, but I wanted to show you. And you just pull it open and look at their little gift card is floating on the inside along with your sentiment. I just think that is so fantastic. Nice work, Julie. Great product. So there you have a look at the wonderful products from Ellen Hudson and Julie Ebersol. They're great people. I'm so excited about this line. If you're interested in the products, I link below in my YouTube description. I encourage you to head over to my blog because we will have some giveaways there, and there's a fun blog hop celebrating this release. If you have any questions, please leave them in the YouTube description below. And if you like this video and you want to see more, please let YouTube know by giving it a thumbs up. Thanks so much.